Oh, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Tea. I don't know if you can see it, but my glasses are fogged from the steam from my coffee. I'm so excited about today's topic. Um, I'm in training right now, and as y'all know, I'm trying to drop some pounds. I'm down about 12. Shh, close. So I've been every time I like use weights, I'm reminded, y'all know my mind is always running crazy thinking about like analogies between things in life. And so today when I was lifting some weights, I was thinking about like how I was feeling at each of the places. We did legs on that day, and then we also had the medicine balls, where you got a heavy and you drop them and catch them and lift them and all that craziness. And I was thinking about the three purposes of a weight. Good morning, Alana. Good morning, Val. The three purposes of a weight. And as I was going through these exercises, I wasn't liking some of them, but I understood the necessity. But I started to think about in life, there are really a multitude of reasons why folks, what that weights play different roles in different seasons of one's life. Good morning, Rhonda. So here's what I wanted to talk about today: the three purposes of a weight. And you'll notice that they not all three are great purposes. One of them is tricky, so you got to be careful. The first purpose of a weight is some weights are meant to hold you down like an anchor in the storm. If you've ever seen a boat that's like being tossed about in um, rough waters, you'll notice that most of the time they're not blown away, particularly if the captain of the boat was smart and when he stayed still, he dropped the anchor to the bottom of the body of water so that the anchor would hold the boat steady in the storm. Now, normally we think being held down is bad, but an anchor doesn't hold a ship down to destroy it. It holds it steady so it won't drift away or get blown away in the storms. Now, some of y'all are mad at the very thing that God uses to keep you from losing yourself. That disappointment might be the anchor that keeps you stable. That closed door, that season where you couldn't move as fast as you wanted to. It may have been an anchor because when storms hit your life, movement is not always the goal. Stability is. Some storms are so strong that if you move too quickly, you destroy yourself. So God lets certain weights settle you. Maybe the responsibility of your children became an anchor. Y'all, can I tell you? I never wanted to be a parent, but parenting my youngest son gave me stability that I didn't even know I needed or wanted. It became an anchor. It was a heavy anchor, but it became an anchor. For some of you, maybe leadership became an anchor for you. Maybe your faith became an anchor for you. Maybe your grandmother's prayers became an anchor for you. There's awesome moments in life where the weight isn't punishment, it's protection. And can I tell you something? Some of us survived because we were too weighted to drift. When I realized and looked back over my life about all the periods where I was so weighted down, and I saw it in that season as something negative, and I realized it was the very thing that God used to hold me steady. If it had not been for the weight, I would have floated in the wrong relationship, the wrong crowd, the wrong mindset, the wrong season. The anchor, literally, y'all, kept me alive. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Miss Woods. So the first purpose of a weight, again, is holding us down like anchors in the storm. Number two, some weights will drown you in deep waters. Now, y'all, those are the weights that you need to let go of. Let's tell the truth. Every weight is not healthy. Some weights don't stabilize you, whether it's a physical weight of your body, or whether it's the weight of other people, or whether it's the weight of saying yes when you should have said no. Whatever those weights are, they don't stabilize you, they suffocate you. There are people carrying weights they were never designed to hold. The weight of everybody else's expectations, the weight of pretending to be okay when you're not, the weight of old trauma, the weight of guilt, the weight of trying to save somebody while you're drowning yourself. And here's the dangerous thing about drowning. Most people drown quietly. A person can smile publicly and still be sinking privately. You can be high functioning and emotionally underwater. Y'all, there have been seasons in my life when everybody's like, girl, you're killing it. And I was drowning privately. Good morning, Jackie. I was literally drowning privately because I know how to show up and put on the mask like most of you do. And sometimes God allows us to feel the heaviness so we can finally, y'all, release what we've been trying to carry alone. Because some weights are not meant to be carried forever. Hear me clearly. Just because you can carry it doesn't mean that you should. I used to brag about the fact that I'm strong. I'm like, man, I'm strong. I'm emotionally strong. I'm strong. I have survived things that would have killed most people. Can I tell you? I just didn't know that it was silently killing me. The weight of carrying my past, the weight of carrying other people's thoughts about me, or the weight of carrying expectations from my family, the weight of carrying all these things. I was like, I was built for this. But can I tell you? None of us are meant to carry everything alone. God did not create us just barely to stay afloat, y'all. Sometimes maturity is learning what to put down. Y'all, I was carrying a weight the other day that was too heavy. And I said to my trainer, I can't lift this. And if I do, I might hurt myself. So I put it down. Sometimes healing sounds like I would love to, but no. Sometimes healing sounds like I need help, or y'all, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. This is too heavy for me. And even Jesus said, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful. If Jesus could admit heaviness, so can you. Stop glorifying drowning. That's somebody's release right there. Stop glorifying it. I'm drowning and it's okay. I was meant for this. No, you aren't. Number 3, weights make you stronger when they are used properly. Now, that's what my trainer was trying to get me to see. She likes a kettlebell. I hate a kettlebell. I like a free weight, but she was explaining to me about motion and momentum when you have a kettlebell. This is the part that blessed me, y'all, because the same weight that crushes one person can build another one. It all depends on how it's used. A weight in the ocean, it can drown you, but a weight in the gym can develop you. That's why some struggles are resistance training for your future. Pressure developed your patience. I promise you it does. Rejection develops your confidence. Guess what? You've been there, done that. The worst they can tell you is no. So you're like, I'm gonna do it because all they can tell me is no. Responsibility, it develops your discipline. Y'all, when I had to be responsible for somebody other than me, like my son, it made me show up to stuff on time. Because when they start charging me a dollar a minute at Latchkey, I bet I learned how to be on time. Because one week I owed them people like 50 extra dollars and I didn't have it. So I'm like, you going to get your butt to Latchkey on time or get somebody else to go get him. Responsibility, the weight of that, it developed my discipline. Leadership develops your wisdom. You didn't just survive the weight, you built strength because of it. And let me tell somebody this today. Shh. You cannot build muscle without resistance. When you're in the gym, you see those people, it's the resistance of the weight coming down and you pushing up against it that builds the muscle. There you go. You cannot build muscle without resistance. That means every challenge in your life is asking one question. Will this break you or will it build you? The people we admire most are usually people who learned how to use weight properly, y'all. They learned how to pray with weight. They learned how to lead with weight. They learned how to love with weight. They learned how to serve with weight. They learned how to smile with weight. And eventually, what once felt heavy became evidence of strength. It felt heavy in the season. That's why you can't quit in the middle of the process. because strength is developed under pressure. Here's the lesson, y'all. Some weights are anchors that keep you steady. Some weights are dangerous and have to be released because they'll take you under and drown you. And some weights are resistance training, preparing you for your next level. But every weight has a purpose. So stop asking, why is this so heavy? And start asking, what is this weight trying to produce in me? Because if you can handle it correctly, the very thing that almost buried you can become the thing that builds you. And that is the purpose of a weight. I don't know who needed that this morning. Good morning, Erica, Minister Erica. Y'all, I don't know who needed that. But in this season, just know the purpose of the weight that you're carrying. Because if you use it appropriately, it can build you. And remember, if it's the weight that's drowning you, let it go. Let it go. If I could sing, y'all, it'd be dangerous. I'm the amazing T Street, but y'all already know there's absolutely positively nothing amazing in me that's not in each and every one of you. So just remember that some weights are meant to hold you down like an anchor in the storm. Some weights will drown you in deep waters. And some weights make you stronger when they're used properly. Nothing amazing in me that's not in each and every one of you. So go and use your weights accordingly. Have an amazing, amazing day, y'all. I love y'all.